Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Todd Coons, and a while back I did a little video. That's probably been about a year since I did this video, but I did a video on the Fuji 80mm macro lens, and I went around doing a bunch of macro things. And one of the shots was of my wife's car. You can see it behind me, and it was just kind of a neat detail shot. And for whatever reason, I always liked that shot and thought, you know, someday I'm going to go back and I'm going to light it properly and do it. And tonight's the night. So I've waited till it's evening, or at least the sun's starting to go down, so it's you know, it's not in the middle of the day. But I'm gonna light this little area of her car and do a nice detail car shot. So it's still summertime in the south. It's hot, humid, sweating. We're gonna get through this kind of quickly, but I'm gonna show you how I do this shot, and I'm gonna do it a couple different ways, lighting wise, and we're gonna come up with kind of a fun detail car shot. Okay, so here's my setup so far. I got the Fuji 80mm macro lens. If you're a product photographer, I don't know how you can do your job without a macro lens. It's just phenomenal lens. Headshots, product stuff. This detail shot is going to be fantastic for. Fuji X-T4. I've got my Godox AD100. At the moment, I've got it in my little Octabox. So I've got the shot lined up looking kind of like that. Now, let me show you real quick what an ambient reading is out here if we were just to use the existing light. At the moment, just ambient light only. 2/50th of a second at 2.5. So that's somewhere between 2 and 2.8. I'm shooting at f8. So f8 compared to 2.5, that would be 5, 6, 4, 2. It's like 3.5 stops. So if I have the shutter speed at 2/50th of a second, I am at f8. If I am going to take this picture ambient light only, it's going to look something like this. And you can see significantly underexposed. So I guess you could say we're overpowering the sun. Our strobe is going to be brighter than what our ambient light is, so the ambient light is really not going to play a factor. So the trick is getting good light on this. And the first way I'm going to do this is I'm just going to set up my Octabox. I'm going to hang it pretty darn close, just out of frame. And let's see what we get from there. Okay, first shot at f8. That looks pretty slick. And to be honest with you, I think I can live with that. Just nice and clean. I love the highlights that are going across all these black areas. The light on the little lights at the top, just really pretty. So I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to clean up the car a little bit. I see a couple little dirty spots. I'm going to clean that up, shoot another one, and then I'm going to change the light to a little bit different lighting style and see if that looks any better. So yeah, first shot, f8, 2/50th of a second, ISO 160, overpowering the ambient light that's out here tonight, and that is just a really neat shot. Now, before I change the lighting, I'm going to do one thing. I've brought out a fill card, and I'm going to hold it underneath that portion of the car, because without it, it kind of goes off dark quickly, and I'm going to put a little bit of a highlight underneath there and see if I like it better. I may not, but I'm going to try it before I move the softbox. Okay, so initial thoughts, I'm not sure if I like it better or not. I ended up doing a third version where I just held the fill card lower because if I like the way the white of the car was gradating off. I just guess I thought it was going too dark. We'll see when we get it in the computer which one I like the best. I may end up kind of marrying two of them together. We'll see. But let's change the lighting. I'm going to change the softbox out for a scrim. I'm going to hang a scrim above there because with a softbox you get a nice clean white highlight all the way across those black lines. With a scrim, I can position the light above and get it to kind of gradate off. There'll be a hot spot and then it'll gradate, which I think will make some more interesting lighting. But I really like what we've done so far, so we'll see how it looks. But I'm going to switch that out and do it again. Okay, so all I've done is hung a scrim, as you can see. And a scrim is just a diffusion panel. Okay, this happens to be part of a 5-in-1 reflector kit. Take the reflector part off and you get this diffusion panel. And then I've just take the Godox AD100 out and it's just bare bulb hitting it. They're just hanging there on a C-stand. So let's see how it looks. I don't know if it'll look a whole lot different. It should look a little bit different because what I'm talking about, let me show you. When you've got these nice lines in your scene, in your product, literally this is a product shot, I'm creating highlights along each one of these. And that highlight is a direct reflection of whatever my light source is. If I have a hot spot and it kind of gradates off, which is what I'm hoping the scrim will do compared to the softbox, it might give it a little bit more interesting look. But we'll see. I really liked what the softbox had done. So I'm going to guess that this is still f8, but it may have changed a little bit. Let's see. Now there's the initial shot. There's no fill card at the bottom. It is definitely different. There's the last one from the softbox, and as you can see, those highlights go all the way across those black lines. Here, I guess they kind of do too. They kind of fade on the middle one a little bit. The highlight on that orange light is definitely different. I don't know. I'm not sure I like it better or worse. They're slightly different. I think I'm going to try to get the scrim just a little bit lower so it's closer to the product and shoot one more. I will show you these in the computer because I think that's where the true test will be. That's the last one from the softbox. Here's the first one with the scrim. Now one of the things that I'm really liking is that shadow that goes right off that top bend in the metal right there, just above the black. And with me just playing with getting it closer, moving the light a little closer, now we're back to the original shots, but it's going to be hard to tell which one I like the best. So everybody, super easy shot tonight. You know, my wife drives a Mini Cooper. It's not like it was a Corvette or a Lamborghini or something super exciting, but I think it was a neat car detail shot. And you know, if you were a car photographer and you were doing some promotional type things, those details are good advertising shots. Now, if you are the kind of person that likes to go to car shows and photograph cars like this, you know, it would be a pretty easy thing to have some kind of simple portable softbox that, you know, maybe somebody that you're with can easily just kind of hold it in place, click, take the picture. You know, you probably need to ask the owner of the car if they mind you doing that, but you can see how taking this from ambient light only to to lighting it makes such a huge difference, and it doesn't take a whole lot to do it. I'll show you the ambient light only shot right here, just to get an idea of what it's going to look like with just the existing light. It's just not as exciting. So if you got questions, comments, complaints, whatever, let me know. If you think I could have done something a little bit differently, let me know that too. I love hearing from you guys as always. So give me a thumbs up if you could. If you haven't subscribed, I would appreciate you thinking about subscribing to the channel. And as always, guys, I will see you in the next video.